Hello again, everyone. Mouse in the Falls here. Today we're going to make some noise. Watch your ears because my grinder does get loud. And for this project it will be noisy. So, on your manual transmission, you have a point where the clutch adapts to the transmission. Usually a bell housing on there to cover everything. And your clutch disc goes on an input shaft and you have a pilot bearing. So yeah, I had to go to a pawn shop and pick up a bigger drill than what I had to put on that shaft for that little stub. I'm going to use this to spin this. Transmission is in third gear, it's high gear, which will spin the output. Reason being, machine shop was giving me static over trying to cut these ears off, or these tabs right here on both ends, and narrow it down so I could put this sprocket on here. Yeah, it's a little rusty. It was sitting in the back of my truck and got rained on. No big deal. But this sprocket is 40 by 40. It's a 40 tooth. That's the output end of this transmission, which will go to the input of the golf cart rear end. I don't know if that thing can handle more than 30 miles an hour, but we're going to find out. And this bugger, my 670cc Predator engine, I checked the oil on it the other day. It's still full, and the oil still looks brand new. There's no water in it for all the time that it's been sitting, which is nice. This little setup, I still got to weld the sprocket onto the hub there. The spline shaft on the end of the transmission goes on the inside, which is that adapter there. I need to sand down the outside so it'll slide on, and then that'll connect up front with the torque converter there. You can see the belt, then go to the inside of that, and you can see where the sprocket is. So, torque converter spring, it's action. The faster it spins, the wider that'll get, so the belt sinks further. That's driven clutch. Drive clutch is that one up there. The faster it spins, the more this side will move in and pull the belt that direction. The sprocket right there. There's the back plate. And then my makeshift cradle for my transmission. That was in the last video. Oh, wow. I just realized a mistake. In order to put bolts in the bottom of the tranny, that's in the way. Well, darn it. I'll have to figure that out later. Maybe some rubber mounts. So what happens when you do things without thinking? Just go for it. You make mistakes once in a while. So, this is my idea. I have ratchet straps if I need to anchor that. But first things first, get powered at the tools. Cut these arms off. Close to where I need them. See if I can make that spin to do the work. And like I said, watch your volume when I go to fire up that little grinder there. It's only a 4-inch, but it gets noisy. Bear with me as I plug things in and set the phone down and get to work. There, that looks like an excellent picture. Don't worry about that white Jeep. I got repairs to make on it, and then it's being sent off to a friend. And they're going to be so ecstatic when they get it. And I will be selling those rims on that Jeep as well. They're not staying on there. Back in a moment. All right. Poor man's lathe. If I had a lathe, this would be so much faster and easier. So, you can see what I've got done so far. Come on. Focus. There we go. Don't know why I was doing that. So I will continue and try not to get this inside edge, but round it out like I was until I can get this sprocket to sit on there. But now that I know where this thing is spinning for center, I can trim them parts out with the grinder a lot faster. It'll work. It's just going to take some time. So, don't worry. I won't bore you with all of this. I'll edit the video so it becomes shorter on this part, even though it's going to take a while to do it. So, let me set this back down and have at it again. Do what? Oh, wow. Look at that. I hit my strap. Whoops. Oh, well. This is a cheap one. But it works. Alright. Let me put this thing down again. Alright, make sure this is going to work. Really do like that view. Oh, there we go. Alright, watch yours. Alright. Now that my ears are ringing like mad. Happens when you don't use earplugs. So what I'm doing here is the same concept as a lathe. Only difference is I'm using a grinder. Yeah, I see that. I'm not supposed to be hitting that end, but that's okay. So as this is spinning around, I'm catching the high spots, as you can see. The low points are my guides. So when this thing starts running smooth and not bouncing around everywhere, then this will fit. So you can see I got a low spot right there at the top, then down here, across my thumb. So yeah, I got a little ways to go. The other nice part is, when I get it there, I can spot weld it. Or I can drill it on the edge and put a set screw in there with some Loctite so that sprocket stays put. Anywho's, I said this take a while, but I'm getting there. So, back at it we go. Got to get this done because I want to be able to use this thing around town before it snows. Because at that point I'll be putting the plow back on the front. I do have lights for this. I still need to pick up a battery. I have a gas tank to put on there that's temporary. I got a notch out the top for that. And kind of level it. Oh, by the way, I need some input. So we know what the VW bugs look like. We know what Baja buggies look like. And we know what a Formula One car looks like. I would like body style input for this. This was my original idea. It worked at that time, but the front needs to be redone. So let's get some opinions on body style. I like the idea between a cross of a Formula One car and a Baja off-road machine. Ooh, Skeeter. Alrighty, I'll set this back down, get back at it. Well, that was good. I can't get my wrench loose. There we go. Change position on this a little. Don't do that. Not supposed to fall. Alright, now, because I was using the grinding wheel, went a little too far. I should have been using the cutting wheel. It was a lot smoother, but that's on there. Yep, that is on there. That's what I wanted. Would have been nicer if I had a lathe. I could have got it down really close. Well, yeah, used the cutting wheel after the grinding wheel and smoothed it out. Got me a nice surface to weld to. And that'll be in the next video. This was a pain in the butt. Okay, now we disconnect things and see how it looks mocked up again. Bear with me. Alrighty then. All looks better. Let's take a close-up, shall we? So, after looking at this, there's the general idea. I'll get this sprocket welded on, it'll be nice and straight. And you can see, I just need to slide the other one in a little bit. But not by much. Oh, there was a piece of wood that was holding the phone. So, yeah. That's all I wanted out of a machine shop, was that to be trimmed down, and they gave me static over it, so I did it myself. And come to find out, I might be able to put small bolts in here. Going right through there. Yeah. I might be able to make them fit after all. Yep. I don't know how long that bracket's going to last. We're going to find out. And then, let's see here. I need a bolt for that one. Bolt for that one. Hey, focus. There we go. Up here on the front, I might put a bolt in there. I don't know. But now, as you can see here, let's see. There's the sprocket on the torque converter up there in the front. This will probably get trimmed off so I can move all that over here, because the way it sits, Let's see how much room there is. It's not much. I'm thinking of putting a tap and die on here. Come on. Make this thing focus. Well, maybe. It's being stubborn. There we are. So if I drill that out, I should be able to put a tap in there. Oh, come on. No, you don't want to do it? Well, fine. There we are. Yeah, that's where that pilot bearing would have went. Would have rested on that much. So when you apply a load to a clutch, there's always going to be a little bit of wiggle on the input. And last time, these arms were facing down, but pulled the nuts off. I got little indexing marks in there. So I was able to point them up, and I have shift cables from a boat that are a push-pull. So I can put one here, so I get first gear, reverse, and then over here is second gear, third gear. Those will run down that way to that square tube up there. From there, that'll go up through the frame, up here towards the front, towards the gas pedal, where I have my throttle cable coming out. And then them two cables will come up freely up towards the top, and I'll make a couple of shift arms. And I'll mark them which one's which. So that's it for now. That's the extent of this project for today. Skeeter's coming out. I don't feel like getting chewed up. Giant go-kart? Yeah. I call it a buggy. Sort of. When it's finished, it should be highway capable and registered as a custom light vehicle. So until then, get your kids out there. Have fun on these nice days like today. Teach them how to do stuff like this. And with the proper tools, preferably. Yeah, I'm making do with what I got. I don't have any room for a lathe or a power supply for it. I do have an idea for one, but that's another day. Anywho's, catch you in the next one. Stay safe and have fun out there, people. Mountain Falls out for now.